Barcelona weathered over 190 bombardments during the Spanish Civil War, meaning an attack came every 4 days, turning its skies into a terrifying battlefield. Citizens desperately built improvised shelters, but these offered little protection against bombs designed for maximum devastation. As the Republican capital, Barcelona absorbed nearly half of all Civil War air raids on major cities. No other city experienced such ferocity. The aerial assault was more than just destructive. It was an experimental terror campaign. Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy unleashed over 1,000 tons of bombs. This included the infamous March 1938 bombings, a 3-day onslaught where 44 tons of explosives rained down. It marked one of history's first instances of saturation bombing. The human cost was staggering. Those specific March raids killed 1,000 to 1,300 people and injured around 2,000 more, primarily civilians. Franco's nationalist forces, backed by Axis powers, sought to shatter Republican morale. They effectively turned Barcelona into a testing ground for future World War II tactics. Military strategists scrutinized maps of Barcelona and its surrounding hills. Its crucial coastal location and status as a Republican stronghold made it a prime target. International condemnation followed swiftly, but proved largely ineffective. 38 countries watched as Barcelona burned. Mount Carmel emerged as the key strategic point for defense, rising high above the city. The aerial threats meant basic ground shelters were utterly insufficient. Barcelona's urban fabric was being systematically annihilated. Was this the dawn of total war? It's a chilling thought. From the ashes of destruction, a defiant city began to build. Over 1,000 bunkers and anti-aircraft positions were planned for Mount Carmel. This Herculean effort, driven by survival and defiance, involved thousands of ordinary citizens. They transformed the rugged terrain with basic tools like picks, shovels, and dynamite. Concrete and rebar, scarce during wartime, were painstakingly brought uphill by over 3,000 civilian volunteers, many just teenagers who began digging these defenses by hand. The project, organized by the Passive Defense Board, officially kicked off its frantic construction rush in early 1937. They had no heavy machinery. The entire network was carved out using picks, shovels, and simple wicker baskets. Experts estimate that over 90% of the construction workforce were untrained civilians, so this wasn't a top-down military project. The main battery, Turó de la Rovira, offered a commanding 360-degree view, making it the strategic core. Workers moved over 8,000 cubic meters of earth and rock for the main battery alone, a monumental feat, especially without explosives. 4 Vickers 105mm anti-aircraft cannons were installed, each capable of firing nearly 10 kilometers. The bunkers were interconnected by over 1,400 meters of tunnels, a subterranean web for soldiers and fleeing civilians. Absurdly, the city built this entire defensive ring in under 18 months. Today, getting a permit for a garden shed takes longer. Each battery had its own command post, barracks for 20 soldiers, and powder magazine. This incredible feat was achieved with a budget that would barely cover one modern missile. Nearly a fifth of Barcelona's population, that's 200,000 people, regularly used these neighborhood shelters. For many, they were more than just safety. These bunkers became temporary homes, forging an unbreakable community under fire. Air raid sirens would wail up to 8 times daily, meaning families spent entire nights huddled in these cold, damp spaces. The noise was a constant, terrifying mix of crying children, hushed conversations, and the thunder of explosions. They shared scarce food, mostly bread, dried legumes, and salted cod, often cooked on a single communal stove near the entrance. These shared spaces actually broke down social barriers, turning factory workers and university professors into underground neighbors. To pass the endless hours, they told stories, sang revolutionary songs, and held impromptu classes for the children. A direct hit was rare, but the psychological terror was constant, with every blast feeling like it was right on top of you. The city endured its longest continuous bombardment in March 1938, facing 41 hours of relentless attacks that claimed over 1,000 civilian lives. Just imagine your daily commute meaning a sprint to a bunker. Barcelonans often spent 8 hours a day, nearly a third of their lives, sheltering from constant bombardments. The sheer number of aerial attacks meant many families spent over 300 nights in these cramped bunkers, enduring constant fear where sleep was a luxury. Children found ways to play in the dim light, their laughter a fragile defiance. Life inside was a micro-society, with an estimated 20 to 30 people sharing tight spaces, waiting nervously, listening intently as shadows danced from flickering lamps. When the final shots of the Civil War faded in 1939, these once vital defenses were simply left behind, their purpose abruptly extinguished. General Francisco Franco declared victory on April 1, 1939, officially ending the 3-year Spanish Civil War, plunging Barcelona into a new era. The anti-aircraft guns, once firing up to 10 rounds per minute, suddenly fell silent. Their strategic importance vanished, transforming from crucial defense points to forgotten relics. The bunkers, designed to shelter over 2,000 individuals, that's more people than a small football stadium, slowly emptied, becoming eerie echoes of the human drama they once contained. Many defenders faced imprisonment, exile, or worse, their resistance a dangerous memory in the new political landscape. Within just 5 years, concrete structures began to crumble, the strong defenses, slowly succumbing to the elements and neglect, becoming part of the mountain. It's almost absurd how quickly nature reclaims human endeavors. The exact number of structures on Mount Carmel remains unknown. It's a network estimated to contain over 1,000 individual bunkers, covering an area larger than 10 city blocks. For decades, these abandoned sites were used by squatters and outcasts, living unnoticed amidst the ghosts of Barcelona's past. It would take over 60 years for the historical significance of the Carmel bunkers to be fully recognized, transforming them from ruins to cultural heritage. Today, these 1930s remnants attract over 1.5 million visitors annually, a testament to enduring human resilience and historical memory. That's like the population of a major European capital visiting yearly. Your selfie game will never be this historically significant. Once a desolate war zone, the bunkers del Carmel now welcome over 4,100 people every day, transforming into Barcelona's beloved viewpoint. These structures, once symbols of conflict, are now embraced by urban nature, their 262-meter height providing incredible vistas that draw photographers and locals. 80 years on, these concrete relics, built to withstand aerial attacks, still stand firm, some walls boasting a thickness of over 2 meters. The community has turned this historical scar into Barcelona's most bustling outdoor living room, offering a clear view of all 10 city districts. It's a complete 180 from its origins, boasting an unobstructed 360-degree panorama. Maria, now 78, remembers hiding here in terror as a child, and now her grandchildren play here, their laughter a beautiful echo of the site's transformation. The former emplacements for 90mm anti-aircraft guns, which once defended a 5-kilometer radius, are now silent observers, often decorated with vibrant street art. Mount Carmel has become a global meeting point, with visitors from more than 150 countries coming to experience its unique history and stunning views. The adjacent El Carmel neighborhood itself saw its population swell by over 300% between 1950 and 2000. In 2011, the bunkers were officially recognized as a good of cultural interest, safeguarding a vital part of Barcelona's past. This enduring spirit truly bridges a scarred history with a lively present.